As busy moms, it can be easy to forget to take care of ourselves. Throw an entrepreneurship into the mix, and who has the time? Hey there. It's Heather Jones back again with another fantastic video to help you live your best life. Today, we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart: self-care. We know how important self-care is for our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being because we hear it all the time. But knowing that fact is rarely enough to kick our self-care rituals into high gear. So I'm going to share with you ways to incorporate self-care in ways that take very little extra time and no extra time in some cases. Stay until the end of this video to learn how you can incorporate self-care effectively every single day. First things first, I need to emphasize that it's not just about treating yourself to a spa day or indulging in your favorite treats. Self-care is so much more than that. It's about nurturing your whole self in ways that constantly rejuvenate you. It's about ensuring that all four of those areas that I mentioned are attended to regularly. So let's get ready to dig in and explore some tips and strategies for practicing self-care in your daily life. Let's start with physical self-care. As busy moms, it can be hard to find time to exercise, but even just 10 to 15 minutes of movement a day can make a big difference. Here's where we get outside of that box. It can be super helpful to change your mindset around what exercise means or has to be, or even using another term such as movement instead of exercise can make it feel like a lot less of a hurdle or a task. Alternatively, what your body may be calling for isn't more movement, but more rest. Learn to listen to your body and honor its needs. It goes deeper than exercise and rest, though. Even just taking a few minutes to breathe deeply can help you recharge. And deep breathing is a twofer. While you're breathing, you're calming your mind and your body. Another thing that is quick but super impactful is a body scan. I provide some guided body scans in my 21 days of self-care for self-confidence challenge, which I'll drop the link for in the description. But essentially, it's getting quiet and tuning into your body and allowing the body's sensations and needs to become your focal point. Lastly, here, one of my favorite things to share that is available to just about everybody is to elevate your shower with things like soothing music, your favorite smell good bath products, and deep breathing. Now let's talk about emotional self-care. It's really important to check in with yourself regularly and acknowledge your emotions. Whether you're feeling happy, sad, or stressed, it's okay to feel those emotions. It's more than okay. In fact, it's necessary. Stuffing down the uncomfortable emotions leads to compounded issues over time. Take some time to journal, talk to a friend, a coach, or even a therapist. Also, give yourself permission to have the full range of emotions. So many of us go through life hiding certain emotions for fear that we will look weak. Pretending something doesn't exist does not sound like a strength to me. That's not a judgment, because I know courageously confronting those tough things sounds hard, but it's incredibly empowering. Next up is mental self-care. As mompreneurs, our minds are always going a mile a minute, but it's important to take breaks and give ourselves some mental space. Whether it's reading a book, taking a bath, or doing a puzzle, find an activity that helps you disconnect from work and recharge your brain. And remember to take breaks from those things that tend to be stressors for you. Perhaps social media or the news comes to mind. Another example is to give yourself permission to walk away from groups you've obligated yourself to, but don't serve your well-being. I know your heart was in the right place when you signed up for that group or committee, but if it doesn't bring you joy, you are doing yourself a disservice and possibly those around you. Give yourself permission to bow out and make space for someone else who truly does find joy in that thing. Finally, let's talk about spiritual self-care. This can mean different things for different people, but essentially it's about connecting with something larger than yourself. Whether you pray, meditate, or practice gratitude, find a practice that helps you feel connected and grounded. I'd encourage you to spend time in nature and get present in the moment. You may be surprised by the things you start to notice, which usually don't stand out to you. There are a couple of key takeaways here today. The first of which is that everyday moments can easily become self-care if you do a couple of things. Getting very intentional about being present in the moment is the first thing. And then finding ways to elevate that moment by doing something that brings just a little bit more joy or peace or whatever it is that you're looking for. The other thing is to step outside the box that we've put self care in and get curious about what other things could be self care if you implement the presence that I just spoke about. I'll provide some ideas for self care in the description below. Remember, not everyone approaches self care in the same way, and what works for one person may not work for another. It's definitely not a one size fits all situation. Dive into the things that call to you and leave the rest. If you want to learn more about how you can start to quiet that inner critic voice and turn it into your biggest cheerleader, watch my next video. Now it's your turn to dive in. Join my 21 days self-care for self-confidence challenge linked in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please click the subscribe button below and stay tuned for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.